Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to choose a picture profile, specifically for the scene which you are shooting. Unfortunately, there is no one picture profile which is the best for all situations, so choosing a picture profile specifically for a scene is an important factor in getting the best out of your camera. Now I'm going to be categorizing picture profiles into three main sections. The first is the standard picture profiles, which would come under creative styles in the menus, and these record the least dynamic range but store the most color information per stop, and they can be used with no color grading. The next section is the Cine picture profiles, so that's Cine 1, 2, 3 and 4, and these record a good amount of dynamic range for most situations, and they also store a reasonable amount of color information per stop, but they do require a small amount of color grading. And the last section is the slog picture profiles. These guys record the most dynamic range, but on average store the least amount of color information per stop, and they also require a good amount of color grading to be usable. For choosing the profile, we are going to base our decision on the dynamic range of the scene, which makes deciding on which picture profile to use an easy process. Generally, low dynamic range scenes, so that's going to be low light, indoors with no windows, the standard picture profiles are going to be the best choice. For scenes outdoors or indoors with a lot of light coming in from the windows, the Cine picture profiles are going to work well. And finally, for high dynamic range situations like outdoors when the sun is directly above, or any situation where your eyes are struggling with the contrast, slog 2 is going to be the best picture profile. So these choices of picture profiles are based on the assumption that we want to maximize the amount of color information per stop while still capturing most of the dynamic range of the scene. This is what we need if we want to create cinematic footage which does not clip the shadows or the highlights and has awesome colors, of course. But mate, I always shoot slog to give me more flexibility in post, you know? Okay, I'll give you a simple example where this is the worst choice you can make. Say you're shooting in low light, the scene has around 7 stops of dynamic range. slog 2 is always going to record 14 stops of dynamic range, so half of the color information you'll be recording is empty space. And when you color grade your footage, you're going to have far less color information to work with. This will really show up when there is some color gradient. For example, with skin tones, more color information will show all the subtle changes in color, but less color information will round these small changes in color to bigger steps. So the details in the subtle skin tones are lost. So that's it for today guys. I hope this has helped you understand how you can choose a picture profile to get the best footage from your camera. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.